Argentina versus Algeria. FIFA World Cup 2026. What if I told you that one man at 38 years old, on his 200th international appearance, scored 3 goals in under 76 minutes, and in doing so, tied the greatest World Cup goal-scoring record of all time? What if I told you he did it on the exact same date, 20 years after his very first World Cup appearance? Ladies and gentlemen, this wasn't just a football match. This was history. This was Lionel Messi sending a message to the entire world. I am not done yet. Welcome back, everyone. Today we are breaking down one of the most iconic matches of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Argentina versus Algeria, Group J, Match 19, played on June 16, 2026, at Kansas City Stadium, Missouri, United States. Defending champions Argentina kicked off their title defense in style, beating Algeria 3-0 in a match that will be remembered for a very, very long time. So sit tight, because this one is special. Let's get into it. Before we talk about what happened inside that stadium, let's talk about the weight of this moment. Argentina arrived in Kansas City as the reigning World Cup champions, carrying the expectations of an entire nation on their shoulders. Every single Argentine fan in the world had one prayer. Please, let Messi have one more magical World Cup. And Algeria. They came in as dark horses, a team full of talent, fire, and determination, ready to upset the world order. This was also Messi's 200th appearance for Argentina, a number so extraordinary it barely feels real. On top of that, he was walking into this game as the first man in history to appear at 6 FIFA World Cups. Think about that. 6 World Cups. Pelé played 4. Maradona played 4. Ronaldo played 5. Messi? 6. The man is not from this planet. Going into the match, Messi needed 3 goals to equal Miroslav Klose's all-time World Cup scoring record of 16 goals. Most people thought that would take at least 2 or 3 games. Nobody, absolutely nobody, expected what was about to happen. The match kicked off with Algeria setting up in a compact defensive shape, clearly trying to frustrate Argentina and prevent any early rhythm. The Algerians pressed well early on, and there were moments where they looked dangerous going forward. Around the 39th minute, Faris Chaibi reached the byline and sent in a dangerous cross, but Argentina's goalkeeper Emiliano Martinez was alert and pushed it behind for a corner. Algeria were not here to sit back and die quietly, but then came the moment that changed everything. The 17th minute. Messi received the ball, spotted the goalkeeper slightly off his line, and unleashed a long-range screamer, a thunderbolt from outside the box that flew into the net. Kansas City Stadium absolutely erupted. Argentina 1, Algeria 0. The crowd couldn't believe it. Algeria couldn't believe it. Honestly, the entire world watching at home couldn't believe it either. What made it even more remarkable was that this was Messi's 118th international goal, scored on his 200th appearance for Argentina. The numbers just keep getting more absurd the longer you look at them. The rest of the first half saw both teams exchange chances. Algeria's Anis Haj Moussa had a low shot in the 45th minute that slipped through several legs in the box, but it lacked power and rolled comfortably into the hands of Emiliano Martinez. Argentina had a disallowed goal for Messi in the first half as well, flagged for offside, which at the time felt cruel. But looking back, it didn't matter much at all. The first half ended 1-0 to Argentina. 1 goal. 1 Messi. But the show was far from over. At halftime, Algeria had reasons to be confident. They were only 1 goal down. Their defensive shape had frustrated Argentina for long stretches. Nahuel Molina came on for Gonzalo Montiel at the start of the second half, a tactical change from Scaloni that signaled Argentina wanted more width and more attacking threat down the right side. The chess match was on. If the first half was good, The second half was absolutely extraordinary. Argentina came out with more urgency, more intensity, and Algeria simply could not handle the pressure. In the 52nd minute, Rodrigo de Paul broke forward on a clear counterattack, but his pass inside the box was poor, and the Algerian defense cleared the danger. It was a let-off for Algeria, but only a temporary one. Then came the 60th minute. Alexis McAllister shot from distance. The Algerian goalkeeper Luka Zidane failed to hold it, and Messi was right there at the right place at the right time. A clinical tap-in to make it 2-0. Argentina doubled their lead. Messi with his second. The stadium was going absolutely crazy. The records were tumbling. The history books were being rewritten in real time. Algeria tried to respond. Riyad Mahrez, who had come on as a substitute, cut inside from the right and tried to curl a free kick up and over the wall, but the barrier held firm, and Emiliano Martinez was not beaten. Algeria's best player tried his best, but tonight was not going to be his night. Tonight belonged to someone else entirely. This is the moment. This is the one. Bookmark this. Screenshot this. Tattoo this on your brain. 76th minute. Nicolas Gonzalez picked up the ball and played a precise pass to Messi on the edge of the box. Messi took one touch, steadied himself, and curled an accurate, perfectly placed shot into the bottom corner. 3-0. Hat trick done. History made. With that goal, Messi reached 16 World Cup goals, drawing level with Miroslav Klose for the all-time record. He also brought his total World Cup goal contributions to 24, surpassing Pele's record of 21 for the most goal involvements in World Cup history. Let that sink in for a second. Messi just equaled Klose's record, a record that stood for over a decade and was widely considered untouchable. And he did it in one single game, in 76 minutes, against Algeria, in Kansas City. On June 16, 2026, exactly 20 years after his World Cup debut, as a substitute against Serbia and Montenegro at the 2006 World Cup in Germany. 20 years. Same date, different chapter, same genius. Let's look at the numbers because they tell a fascinating story. Argentina had 10 total shots in the match, with 6 on target. Algeria had 7 shots, but only 1 was on target. Interestingly, Algeria actually had more ball possession at 50% compared to Argentina's 44%. This tells you everything about how Argentina played. They were not dominant in possession, but they were devastating on the ball when it mattered. Efficient, clinical, Messi-like. Algeria's defensive structure was reasonable for long periods, but the difference in quality in the final third was simply too much to overcome. When you have Messi, De Paul, McAllister, and Nicolas Gonzalez all linking together, even the best organized defenses are going to crack eventually. Argentina will face Austria next on June 22nd, and Messi will have the chance to break Klose's record outright and stand alone as the greatest World Cup goalscorer of all time. Can you imagine? One more goal. That's all it takes. One more goal, and Messi rewrites the last chapter of the greatest football story ever told. For Algeria, the next challenge is Jordan, and they will need to pick themselves up quickly after a difficult opening night. They showed moments of quality. Mahrez, Chaibi, and Haj Musa all had their flashes. But on a night like this, when Messi is in this form, there is no shame in losing 3-0. So, what did we witness tonight? We witnessed a 38-year-old man playing in his 6th World Cup score a hat-trick on his 200th international appearance, tie the all-time World Cup scoring record, and remind every single person watching that he is still the greatest footballer this world has ever seen. People have been saying for years that Messi is done, that he's too old, that his best days are behind him. And every single time he does something like this, he looks the doubters in the eye, steps onto that pitch and says, "Not yet." Argentina 3, Algeria 0. Messi 16 World Cup goals. History made. The 2026 World Cup has its first iconic moment, and something tells me it won't be the last. If you enjoyed this breakdown, like, share, and subscribe. Because if Messi keeps playing like this, we are going to have a lot more of these videos coming your way very soon. See you at the next one.